welcome back to Daytime. No real introduction needed for this guy because he was on the TV before Daytime came on at 1 o'clock. His name is Mark Sutcliffe, and of course he has a brand new book called The Long Road to Boston. Hello, Mark.
Hi, Dylan.
It's really cool to have you here.
It's great to be here.
How many years have you been in media, by the way? Not to age you or anything like that, but it's...
About 30.
30? Yeah, that's cool.
I started when I was a teenager.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So you've been doing this for quite a while.
Right here, in fact. Right here, yeah.
Have you been running as long as you've been a broadcaster?
No, I started running around the time I turned 30, just to try and get a little bit of exercise, and had no idea that I was ever going to run a marathon or do anything like that. I just wanted to get that sort of basic level of exercise, 30 minutes a day, kind of 3 or 4 times a week. Mm-hmm. And somewhere along the way, I kind of fell in love with it, and all these things have happened to me since, all these wonderful things with running. Yeah.
You definitely are a huge advocate for running and getting people motivated. And I know, like, I follow you on Twitter, and we just know each other, and you inspire me to go running. I mean,
that's nice.
Well, you look
I know
like
you run a lot. You run like 6 days a week,
I
right?
try to run 6 days a week, but as I was mentioning with one of my other guests, I don't eat very well.
Okay.
So, and I know you sort of I've heard through the grapevine here that you sort of have a bit of a, I guess, a rule throughout the day that you don't eat candy or you don't touch candy or stuff. Because in our field...
I try.
It's
I just had
sometimes.
A handful of Skittles on my way in here, though.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
the candy man? There's
exactly, yeah.
I know that guy.
So I try. I try to eat healthy, but it doesn't always work out, I'll be honest.
It is a challenge, but how often do you go running and how long do you go running for?
So I run usually 5 or 6 times a week, and most of the time I'm running for 45 minutes to an hour. And then I try once a week on the weekends to do a longer run of maybe 20 to 25 kilometers. So I always do kind of one long run every week, and it's what works for me.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And I tell a lot of people, because I try to get people motivated as well, and when I'm out for my runs, it does range from an hour to an hour and a half, but I'm not running the whole time. Run, you walk, you run, you walk, you just get some fresh air. How do you do it?
I usually just run. There's a few different workouts that I might do. I don't like to stop because I hate having to start up again. Yeah. So I usually just keep going.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But I love it.
That's what we call a machine.
And it keeps me in shape.
Yeah. Well, you're in great shape.
And it keeps me in good physical health and mental health. It's a great time to think and to clear your mind.
Yeah.
So,
I call it my alone time, because I know you and I both have some crazy schedules, and finding the time to run, when I'm out there running, it is my alone time, and you always think and you feel better after, obviously. Tell us about this book then. Obviously, you have run the Boston Marathon.
That's right, and it was a long road to get there. So the Boston Marathon, of course, is the oldest and most prestigious marathon in the world. It's been around for 120 years, and it was always my goal from the time I started running marathons to do the Boston Marathon. But it's a race that you have to qualify for, so you have to run another marathon in a fast time just to be able to enter the Boston Marathon. So I tried 3 or 4 times unsuccessfully to get into Boston, and I kept coming up just short, and something always went wrong. And the thing with a marathon is you can't just go out and run another one the next week. You kind of have to start all over and do your training all over again and do something again maybe 4, 5, 6 months later. So this was a bit of an odyssey for me over several years. And then I finally qualified and got to run it last year in 2015. And it was a tremendous experience. But I think the whole journey for me was a learning experience beyond just the experience of actually getting in and running it. Just the whole thing of going after a goal and really doing whatever it takes to get there, and all the things I learned along the way were really powerful. So that's why I decided to write a book about it.
And I didn't know that too when I was reading your notes, that you had to qualify for this, which is exceptional, because that means when you're down there, it's pretty much the best of the best people running.
Yeah, it's mostly fast runners, or at least people who've met a certain threshold. It gets a little easier as you get older. So that was part of my journey, and I thought I'd be able to run a certain time when I got to a certain age, and I'd be able to get in. But the demand for this race has grown so much in the last few years that when I got to that age, they bumped up the times because so many people were trying to get in. So it got even harder. So I had to not only get older, I had to get faster. Yeah.
So how many people are running in this race?
It's about 30,000 now. It's grown over the years. The first year, it was about 15 people in 1897.
Yeah.
The interesting thing is, apart from 1 or 2 small changes, it's basically followed the same route every year for the 120 years. So there's a huge amount of history to this event, and I get into that in the book as well, just why it is such a prestigious event. There's some incredible stories from over the 120 years, incredible people who have run the event, and the course itself is spectacular.
Did you find it intimidating, though, to be down there amongst 30,000 people running?
No, I mean, I've run some other big marathons before, but it was very inspiring. It was a great environment, and it takes over the whole city for that weekend. It's run on a holiday Monday, Patriots Day in Massachusetts, and so it's just one big party wherever you go in Massachusetts that long weekend.
So forgive me, what year did you run that marathon?
Last year, 2015.
It was last year.
Yeah.
So it didn't take very long for you to run and then write the book.
Exactly.
Quick turnaround.
Yeah.
Amazing. So what are your thoughts about running this again?
Well, I'd like to. I don't know if I can get in again. It was such a big challenge to get there in the first place, and I had to make so many sacrifices, and my family did too. I don't know if I'll get in again, but I'm glad I did it.
Well, you have enough time to put this on your plate again, right?
Yeah, sure.
You got nothing else going on, right?
Yeah.
Tell us about the book launch that's coming up as well.
So it's Monday, October the 24th, this coming Monday. It's from 6:30 to 8 at Ottawa City Hall. The public's welcome to come, and I'll be talking a bit about the book. There'll be lots of great people there, and hope to see you there.
That's awesome. Mark Sutcliffe, the new book, Long Road to Boston. LongRoadToBoston.com for more details. You can check it out online. Thank you so much. Real honor to have you.
My pleasure. Good to see you, Dylan.